This is another Coffee with Kim, and we're here with Emmett Navakuku. And welcome, Emmett. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
All right. So, just for our audience, because I love your last name, I want you to pronounce it and tell me what it means.
Okay, my name is Emmett Navakuku. Um, my last name means snow feet, or it could also mean a footprint in the snow. So there's a couple different translations, but it's pretty much around the same meaning.
I love it. So, Emmett, you have been with us since Virtual Indian Market, and it sounds to me like you did pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely was a new experience. Well, I think this whole pandemic has been a new experience for all of us. Just trying to find different ways on how to market your work and sell your work. And the virtual Indian market, it definitely was something to be, like, is it going to work out for you? But you never know. But fortunately for me, I was able to you know, make some sales through
Wow.
the virtual Indian market. And so I was really happy with, the outcome, but, it definitely doesn't take the place of actually being at Santa Fe Indian Market.
Did you have a website prior to the Virtual Indian Market?
I had my own website. It's www.emmettnavakuku.com.
So, how long have you been a Swaya juried artist?
Actually, my first year I got into Swaya Indian Market, I think it was 2003 or 2004, but that was for painting. I I was primarily a painter, and I still do a few paintings here and there. But I juried into Indian Market for about maybe like 8 to 9 years doing paintings, and I took a break from creating any type of artwork, but I would still do like sketches here and there. And at about 2015, I think I journeyed back into Swaya again, and that was both for painting and jewelry. Since then, I started doing a lot more jewelry making.
That's awesome. So, what made you switch? That's a very interesting story.
When I was at Santa Fe Indian, well, I went to school at Institute of American Indian Arts for starters. That's where I got my degree at. I started getting juried into Indian Market for painting, and at Santa Fe Indian Market, my booth was set up next to Kenneth Johnson. I met Kenneth at Indian Market that year, and he had asked me if I ever thought about making jewelry. And I was still a young guy. I was like probably like 20, 21 years old at that time. I talked to him for a while, and I thought about it because I think he was trying to find an apprentice to work with him. That first year, I just kind of like took it with a grain of salt and went on my own way and did my own thing, continued school and continued my paintings. And the following year again, he we conversed again, and he asked me once again, so did you ever think about taking on jewelry? I said, yeah, I've thought about it, but I was kind of like into my own thing, wanting to do my paintings and things like that. I got to talking with him again, and he said, why don't you come down to my studio and you know uh, we'll try you out, see how you do, in making some jewelry. And so I said, okay. I told him, all right. So about I think a month or a few months had passed, and I contacted him, and he said, yeah, come down to the studio. We'll give you a try, and we'll see what you can do. And that's kind of like where it kind of just like started. And ever since I worked with him, I apprenticed with him for 9 years. So I definitely, got a good amount of teaching from him and laid down my foundation of learning the craft and, learning also the knowledge and the business part of it. So he's definitely been a good teacher and a good mentor for me. Even up till now, we keep in contact frequently, and ever since then, I just kind of like just kept at it, just kept making jewelry, and for the past 5 years, I've been doing my own designs. So, and now things are starting to take off for a little bit here. So it's exciting. It's been fun.
You've actually produced a lot of pieces with jewelry. And so I know you have a couple of pieces there that you'd like to share with us. What are you working on right now, Emmett?
Right now, I have a few custom pieces that I'm working on for a few customers of mine. But I have a few things I have in inventory. A couple things actually. I just finished this butterfly bracelet here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Sterling silver, and everything is stamping, chasing,
Yeah.
engraving, and I do incorporate overlay in my pieces as well.
So Emmett, is that one piece?
It's actually two sheets of silver, and they're overlaid on top of each other. Yeah.
Okay,
So
that's beautiful.
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay, what's another piece? Because I know you have another one there. I love
Okay.
that you do a lot of work with butterflies. Tell me about that.
I just think butterflies are really cool. They're active. They come in very different varieties, different forms, and I think they just have their own unique characteristics, and that's what stands out to me. And I enjoy watching them in nature, and how they move, and it's almost like they are in their own element, and they're just minding their own business, and doing what they got to do.
Totally. Yeah, I love that. So show me another piece.
Okay, this other piece it's another butterfly design,
Love that.
and this piece is done in copper, and it's a pendant with a Hopi Sun bail. And this technique I learned from Valentin Yolkov. He's from a Bulgarian artist. He's a master in repoussé and chasing, and I took one of his classes. So this is actually a repoussé technique that I learned from him, and you can see the backside is bumped out. Has a lot of texture, and it has some depth and dimension, and it's really cool. It's really a fun process to do.
So these are all commission pieces, huh?
These are inventory that I have right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yay. That's awesome. So have you been super busy working and making jewelry?
I do jewelry full time, and I'm here at the studio, every day, probably 6 days out of the week. One day I got to spend with family.
Oh, so where's your studio at, Emmett?
It's in downtown Flagstaff, Arizona.
What are you doing now that, so we finished Winter Indian Market. Of course, you didn't participate, but that's okay because I'm assuming that you're trying to get some pieces together, hoping that this season opens up a little bit.
Well, right now I'm working a lot of custom orders for customers,
Okay.
and I applied to the Herd Museum virtual market, so I'll start getting ready for that here shortly, just so that I can have some inventory on my website when that rolls in. So that's those are the two things that I'm really working on right now and focusing on right now, and it has been busy. Luckily, things have been good, and I hope things have been good for all artists, because it's definitely has been a tough time, and it's we all got to try to make it the best we can.
Using social media to kind of help you to boost your internet sales?
Yeah, I use a lot of social media. I use Facebook and I use Instagram. Those are the only two social media apps that I use. So, but they've been good. I have a lot of clients that are on Facebook, and I'll post an image of what I have available, and sometimes I'll get a sale through that, and which is very helpful.
Well, you're super positive about this experience. And I really would like for you to share with me how you've just stayed in that positive place during this pandemic. I feel like there's some artists who are really trying to launch their careers from a virtual or a digital platform, and that can be challenging at times. And so, how are you being just positive through that and making it a success for yourself?
I think it goes back to just my upbringing, growing up, and my parents, always taught me to, what whatever issues that you're facing or problems that you're facing, you have to attack, or you have to work no matter what every day. And when I was young, I didn't really understand that, but as I grew older and up till now, till today, I really take those words to heart, and I always try to tell myself, I can't you can't let up. And because I'm a firm believer in, like, if I continue to keep working hard, good things will happen. And I think, and I really believe that. So I just continue to have that mindset, and just keep working hard every day, as maybe as bad as some things sometimes will be, not as good as others. You still have to keep that consistency. And also, talking to other artists, Kenneth being one of the main contacts that I've had, and just getting that coaching, and I'm sure I always like to listen to other people's stories too, because they they have been through some times like these, I'm sure, before, or even like talking to our elders about, like, what have they been through, I'm sure, because this isn't the only time that our country has been through a pandemic. There's have other generations before us have. So it's just, and you just try to think of what they have done, and what our ancestors have done, and how they push through times like this. And somehow, some way they got through it, and I just feel like somehow, some way we will all get through it too. But for myself, yeah, I just continue to work every day and hope good things happen, um, for me and my family, basically.
Yes, it sounds like it's happening. That's really exciting. Emmett, I love the fact that you're in your studio. And so that's your workbench behind you?
Yeah, this is my workbench right here. It's fairly new. I got it about a couple years ago after a Santa Fe Indian market. I was able to purchase a nice workbench. I have my old one right here that my phone is sitting on for the so I have another workbench right here too. So I actually have two workbenches here in the studio, which is, it helps me that way. A lot of things aren't cluttered. Yeah.
So what is the plan of attack on you preparing for that particular market?
Um I know I like to I was just reading some information about their competition, and I would definitely like to, get something done. Hopefully, I can get something done by the competition time. I know it's only like maybe like 5 or 4 weeks away. I think it's like the same approach that I took with Swaya Indian Market. take stuff that I think collectors will be willing to, will be wanting to buy,
Right.
you know, a lot more higher end items, and just flood my website with that,
Yeah.
and try to get people excited that I'm gonna have some new things, on my website. And I know, because collectors, go to these shows excited on what they're gonna see from, their favorite artists. And, I kind of want to, have that same kind of excitement put into this virtual show. And unfortunately, it won't be in person. It will just be, virtually. But still, I think we can, still instill that excitement into everybody, into artists and into collectors as well.
So Emmett, how are you making sure that your collectors are going to be a part of that?
I use a lot of social media with like advertising, like saying that, okay, I'm gonna be at this show at this time, and I'll usually put out booth numbers when we're going to the show. And then I'll probably, use a lot of emailing, and then I'll also use a lot of social media, saying visit my website on these dates, virtual Indian markets. And the good thing for me about Santa Fe virtual market is all my buyers were new buyers. So I was actually happy about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm assuming too that for virtual Indian market, you did get some new collectors, right? Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Every purchase that was made was by somebody that was new.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. Well, just to let you know, we have not abandoned this digital marketplace for Swaya. We're in the process of developing it.
Mhm.
And I feel like there's just a lot of opportunity for artists to capture collectors outside of their collector base by
Yeah.
using science of search engine optimization. And yeah, so I'm kind of excited to hear that you received new collectors, especially since you've been doing this since 2003. That's a long time.
Yeah. It definitely, to me, it kind of feels very fairly new, because I only started selling my jewelry about 5 years ago.
Well, I'm
It,
just excited to hear this from you because one of the things that I'm trying to do as the executive director of SWAIA is, how are our artists doing? Are they getting new collectors? Is this platform working for them? And it sounds like these things are a positive for you.
I think everything has been a positive for me. All it is just finding new ways to make things work. Pretty much adapting to our circumstances, and that's what we got to do.
I'm so excited. Well, I just want to thank you for this opportunity, Emmett, and stay warm. I know that you guys got dumped on.
Yeah, we're going on 4 days now. 4 days straight. We got snow, so it's about 2 to 2.5 feet right now.
Oh, that you really got dumped on. Wow.
Yeah,
Is that normal?
it is. It is here in Flagstaff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I love Flagstaff. It's a beautiful area.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Emmett, and good luck to you. And I can't wait to meet you in person. And yeah, I hope that you do very well at the Heard Museum's virtual Indian market. And
Thank
uh,
you.
we'll just keep in touch. Thank you so much.
All right, Kim. Thanks. Appreciate you having me, and you too as well. Stay safe out there, and hope
Yeah,
everybody's doing well. Can't
yeah.
wait to get to Santa Fe soon. Get some red chili.
Yes. I definitely have been in the mood of eating lots of chili and tortillas. And so for sure, I think that people can't wait to have that experience.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
Awesome. Emmett, thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye bye.